So we're told that Jesus was a man made, or he came into being lower than the angels. When Jesus came into being, he was made of a woman and made under the law. And in Paul's thinking, the man is not without the woman, neither is the woman without the man. We do not find Paul ever speaking of the virgin birth, and I'm sure he would have never accepted such a teaching. As I say, to Paul, the man is not without the woman, neither the woman without the man. According to Paul, children are of the man and by the woman, with God also having his part. So Jesus was of the seed of David, according to Paul's gospel. Paul speaks of Israel, those of his own race, and says that through the men of Israel is traced the ancestry of Christ. Romans 9:5. So Paul believed that Jesus had a beginning, a lineage that could be traced. To trace his lineage back to David, he would have needed a father who was an Israelite and of the house of David. Paul says, "For as woman came from man, so also man is born of woman. But everything or everyone comes from God." So to bring forth a child, it takes a man, a woman, and God. We see this over and over in the Old Testament. So Jesus was a man made lower than angels. But in the resurrection, he was exalted above the angels. Jesus is the man made in God's image. He wasn't born in that image. He was made, or he came to be, through his obedience and the things he suffered in that image. What I believe is, rather than speaking to Jesus, as many believe to be the case, when God said, "Let us make man in our image," God was speaking of Jesus. Jesus is the man made in God's image. In the image the rest of us need to be conformed to. Amen.